spoke with Nationwide News during a visit to the community on Thursday. One bar operator, Moesha Richardson, says she's still grappling with her home and business place being turned to rubble.
I'm a bar owner and they demolished the house and also the bar. So someone called me early in the morning about 6 o'clock that the bar is being demolished. When I came here, everything is already outside. The box are missing, the liquors are missing, everything is missing. The money. When I came, it was $100 in the box. So the box money is gone.
And how
The
much
the
money did you leave in the box?
I'm not sure, but it's like approximately like probably 150,000 because there are four boxes. So the box money is gone, the bar money is gone, everything is gone. Right? I have nowhere to go. This is my job. This is my home. I don't have anywhere to go or anywhere else to take the business or anything. So as you see here right now, I'm still trying to live, trying to sell what I can right now. Still, I just don't know what to do.
And
I
so
don't
you
know.
don't have anywhere to go.
I don't have anywhere else to go. This is it for me. I don't have anywhere else. I don't have a job. This is my job. I don't have anywhere else or anything else to do. I'm just trying to seek some help right now. Even a relocation or something.
And did you guys get any notice before all of this happened? Like
No,
any letter to say come on the property
no,
once and
no. We were not given any
and
notice.
you never know about any land issues?
Not before. Not before. I don't know if my foreparents did, but I didn't know that the land was sold and all of that. I didn't know none of that. This is not this at this time now when all of this happened. That is the time that I know that it was in court and they lost and all of that. I used to know that it's a capture land. I know that, but I thought it was like the government, like we captured the land from the government or something like that. I didn't know that it was a private, like a private sector. I didn't know that.
Right, right. And how do you feel about the government's response so far?
We're trying to see what happened. They came and Toba came and she helped out because she gave us some tents and we have to be grateful because she didn't have to and she came like about 2 hours or so after everything started to happen and she came and she stopped the excavator from demolishing many more buildings. So we're grateful and she gave us tents and food and she tried to help out, but we need stronger help. We still need help. We can't stay here. They told us that 2 weeks time. 2 weeks time we have to leave here. Leave and go where? Where? We don't know where to go. We don't have anywhere to go. We don't have anywhere to go. So if the government could help us and like give us somewhere to go, relocate us, that would be so much help right now.
Nationwide understands the demolition itself was lawfully carried out under a court order in the presence of a bailiff and a strong police contingent. Ownership of the land has been contested in the courts for close to 2 decades, with a company named New Falmouth Resorts Limited bringing a claim against occupants in 2007. I will also pause here to note that I have read the cases concerning this property. A case that was brought by this company for recovery of possession. The company won the case. It therefore tells me that if the company won the case for recovery of possession, one of two things happened. Either the defense of adverse possession that their foreparents or previous generations would have pleaded or have pleaded came to naught, or it was not pleaded at all, meaning that that right did not accrue to them at that point in time when recovery of possession proceedings were brought. Then it went to the Supreme Court again. This time, the Minister of Housing, whoever that was at that point in time, brought a claim under the Housing Act to, among other things, make the property designated as an improvement area or community area, housing area, based on sections 4 and section 6 of that act. At that point in time, the court said, no, Minister, you cannot do that. You have not satisfied the legislation as it regards what is needed and is necessary to trigger such a designation in order to force the government buying that piece of property from the private owner. It also went further to note that the intent of that legislation had to do with settlements and communities, and not, as this case was, the minister representing a consortium of private individuals. And so the Supreme Court at the time said, no, you cannot do that. The property belongs to this private owner, and the way you're going about it cannot be done. Needless to say, the minister went on and did what the court said could not happen. In other words, the minister, by virtue of his or her action, because I don't recall who was the minister back then, they went and gazetted orders to say that they're designating it and all sorts of things. The matter went to the Court of Appeal, and the Court of Appeal said no. And I'll have you note that based on that Supreme Court ruling, the residents at the time were told you have to pay $50,000 in damages to the private individual, to the company, Newfoundland Resorts Limited, and get off the property. They did not. They did not. And this is the cost. This is the bill that is now being paid, unfortunately. Another female resident is lamenting that since the demolition, the use of amenities such as the bathroom has become a challenge.
We don't have a bathroom. The bathrooms are demolished. We don't have a bathroom right now. As embarrassing as how it sounds, we have to go a bush. That is not nice. We have to try to build a little bathroom to oversend some board and stuff. So we have to try to build even one bathroom, and one bathroom for almost 40 to 50 persons. That is not nice. So we're going to have to stand in line to wait from this person to bathe or use the bathroom to somebody else to bathe to use the bathroom. Suppose all of us want to use the bathroom at once. How that work? How that work? We can't live like this. We need help. We need help. Help is a must right now.
One male resident says he wants back his belongings which were destroyed.
My ends leak down. I left me much partner money which them take me out 3 o'clock in before the 1 truckload away. Everybody are working, man. As you can see my ID. We have skills, you get me I say. But end of the day, I there with the lock up and here somebody over the station I say, you know, here we go on a Cooper spend. Ray, you get me? And we say, yo, what go on? When we come back at this we see TV, everything mash up, fridge, everything mash up. Money, yo brother, right now, we paranoid. You notice? We don't retaliate, we just are humble. Because I know we can't come to a sense. What go on? Jamaican usually do that. Them just do things and what else to ever come, it come. But we just a bill and watch what go on. But we need back to things, brother. We need back to things, brother. I lose my partner money, my TV, my fridge, and else things. Bed, everything gone. I'm not going to tell you say I have 5 beds park up here, so I just want back where me lose.
And you don't have no plan, you don't have anywhere else to go, right?
Well, I'm not going to say that, you know. For as long as I get where I forget, and if I have to move, well, amen, let it be. But I just want back what is mine, what I work hard for.
How long you live here?
I live here a couple of years well now.
Did anyone come around and tell you that you have to evacuate?
No, sir.
You never hear anything about
None of that.
being an issue.
No, none of that. So, yeah, me alone live. Like, me alone live.
And what kind of work is it?
I do construction. everything in a construction, plastering, painting, steelwork, everything. Just name it.
So what's the next move, man?
My next move, I forget my thing up and get back all of where me last. And if me have to move, I move. You got me? Yeah. If me have to move, me have to move. I say go. Life goes on. But give me where me forget. And the rest of people them, give them where them forget. Cause I can't go talk off of my behalf alone. Cause all the way I feel it. So I just say it. But I'm good still. We still have a thing going on. We have a life said we. Life will go on.
And
But
how you feel about the government's response so far?
the government no responsible nothing. Government responsible poor people. Rich people government responsible mama. That's all me can say.
Do you feel like they can do more than the tent and
A storm time beautiful and a storm time what is for? Eh? Not when the storm time I when one tent when you not get none of them yeah. Right now, me not even, me kinda traumatized now, beautiful, with all due respect, but it's good, man, cause God not like ugly, you know, and the longest liver we see the most.
I go back to the case that I've read concerning this piece of property as it was in the Supreme Court. And I want to read a section of that case because certainly questions need to be asked. Because paragraph 46 of that case, and you don't need to take my word for it, listeners, viewers. The case is there. I can give you the citation, the Minister of Housing, between the Minister of Housing and New Falmouth Resorts Limited, the neutral citation, square bracket 2014 JMSC Civ .16. Go and look for the case yourself. And I don't want it to be taken that I do not understand and empathize with the experience they've gone through. But this, a 2014 judgment, it was delivered in 2014. So 12 years ago, this judgment was delivered. And the judge said the Housing Act and the Land Acquisition Act do not provide for the compulsory acquisition of privately owned land in order to transfer an interest to a community of persons who have occupied those lands despite the efforts of the owner to evict and in defiance of orders of the Supreme Court. I share the view of my brother Macintosh J, Justice Macintosh, that's the judge speaking here, that the application of the claimant, that's the Minister of Justice, is insincere and iniquitous. The Constitution protects private property and does not provide cover for the acquisition of private property in order to regularize the unlawful occupation of squatters. I have not seen or have not been shown any authority that imposes an obligation on a private landowner to make available his land to a community of persons in unlawful occupation in order to prevent those persons bringing on social unrest. The Constitution does not reserve the right to ownership of large tracts of land to persons of any particular social class, color, or creed. Yeah? Why did I read that? Because notwithstanding what you hear from the residents, and two things can be true. It could very well be that the residents there now did not know anything of the sort about this, did not know of any notice or anything. I can't dispute that. I'm not there. I haven't spoken to them. But it is clear, at least where legalities are concerned, which is why Nationwide could say that we understand that the demolition was done particularly legally. I mean, moral-wise is a different question, ethically is a different question, but legally. And based on this, there is a long legal trail leading up to what has happened, unfortunately. But the long and short of it is, the Minister of Housing could not help them. They had to pay damages, it was not paid. And it's in the case, you can go and read it yourself. And it has led to what we see here today. The question really is, what happened between the time of the judgments of the courts and now? What happened? Why are they saying that they had no notice? Those are some of the questions that need to be answered if we're going to get to the bottom of this thing. But alas, we go for the break. he wants the government to provide land for the residents.
Demolition people come in, start lick down the house and Tuesday morning, he go over my sister over Angela Wilson. So me going to work and me look me see things them outside. So me come ask what's going on. I see someone in some uniform, vest and so, packing all the things that when I look across over that side, I see a tractor over there, a bulldozer, excavator. They tearing the people them house. And then now they come across this side and start lick down why things them already come out already. And start lick down this house.
Tell me some of the things you lose.
Bed, TV, and dresser was inside.
How many bedrooms?
2 bedrooms. This is one bedroom, that is one. This is bedroom not finished, but that one finished. Can see paint, kitchen, bathroom and everything finished. See? So why Miss Essie was up in mother, that is up Stone Brookside. He was in the house. So when we leave and go next door, that over Angela Wilson, which is my sister.
Tell me, whose land is this?
Alright. This land now is for the Carson said they capture it. Or they're going to
Who
court.
capture it?
I'm going to court fee. Everybody they can capture it. The whole land are captured. So I hope they so go right back down push back there. Everybody are captured. Some people have papers and some not. You understand?
So you feel about the whole situation?
The whole situation. If I capture land upon and they need the land, they could not just come to it with a appropriate manner and say, listen, some demolition will go on and whatever way. Update you. Like how if you rent a man your house and you give him notice. You don't come and give me say nothing. You just come up boost first and start do it as the man when say them was the first preference to buy the land. You understand? So at the end of the day, they don't come to here back again about certain documents or whatever. They just come and just start push down and do whatever.
So tell me, what's your next plan?
Well, the next plan is then give all my sister and then give her 2-week notice. So the next plan where we're going to go after it.
What you have it, where you have it now?
Where you have it plan is a land one. One then give one piece of spot. You know, say, alright, this spot a government give it. You pay a tax fee, you response fee, then we can do the next thing. You can't just say we go up on this land again and then no. Book. The same thing happened to it, it can happen to it again.
A lot of people blaming the government for this. Are you blaming the government?
Big man, tell the truth. I don't blame no government and I don't blame for them. Say a private land, which we don't blame the man who can shoot it down. You know, say everybody live by their squatters or them say they call it squatters. But come to me and tell you something, and they say, alright, we are going to locate to move and put in our spot. See me I couldn't do.
I've been thinking long and hard. What the hell with it, I'm going to say it. I think if I were to consult George Davis or Cliff Hughes, they would tell me to say it. And if I'm wrong for saying it, then I'll take my hits. That's what comes with the seat that I sit in. But this is the entire issue that we're having in this country. And I'm not just saying this from having read cases, but I have represented squatters who have put up defenses for adverse possession on properties. I have done those cases, represented squatters, and successfully some of them, most of them, I think. And I have represented private landowners against squatters. I've had the benefit and the fortune of representing both sides. So I understand how the pendulum swings based on how you look at it. But this is the difficulty that many Jamaicans face, many taxpayers face. Because you find yourself irregularly and improcedurally squatting on somebody's land. They go through the legal process. Mind you, again, things could have been dealt with better. But we're not dealing with the emotions of it now. The people wanted back the land, they did what they needed to do to try and get back the land. Now, it is expected of government to find land to give them for them to own. It is expected of government to build back houses for them to own. So in other words, they have done wrongdoing in order to live. It has caught up with them, more or less. And now, it is expectant of them that the government should give them their own land and their own house. And then many people ask the question, so in order for me to get my own land and house from the government, should I just go on somebody's land and wait until I'm pushed off and hope or be expectant that the government will give me something? Again, and it's a tricky thing to be in government, and I have to deal with this because you can't leave them out in the bushes. They are your citizens. You have to take care of them. That is the social contract that we are in with the government. That is how democracy works. That's the dichotomy of it. But how do you balance that with deterring the other sets of communities of squatters? How do you balance that with private rights, which is enshrined in the Constitution, but also your right to a free and safe environment? Those are the questions that linger on my mind. It's one thing to say that the process was not done properly. It's another to say that you should benefit from having done what you wanted to do. That's what's on the mind of those in government. They have to think about it. They have to balance it. But what message does that send to the other taxpaying Jamaicans who can't afford it, so they go and rent somewhere and they try to do things the proper way? They don't get the bailouts most of the time. No, you've been living on land for free. It's caught up with you. And it is now expected that, I don't know. Anyways, that's the cover story.